Now, guys, this episode was the episode that brought me into Ruby, and oh man, I'm gonna say it. I'm stupid. I'm not stupid. No, I'm not stupid. That's a tough word. Um, I don't know how to explain this, but it was so weird watching the things that I just saw and like clarifying the haze around it because I don't know if you might remember, but in the oh man in the in the episode one thing that I watched, I was I was when I was doing the after action review when I was talking about it, um, I was talking about Cinder and her information, and it's so weird. It's so weird that I had the memory of the scroll getting infected by the black chess piece, and then I don't know. It's like I mixed. It's so weird. I don't know how to describe this feeling I'm feeling right now, but I mixed Cinder with the scroll looking for people with the scene right after the fight between Mercury and Pyrrha, and it's like it all got blended in together, and I didn't catch on to the fact that it was separate events. It's like I watched it, and now that I'm thinking about it, that I know a lot about it, and I'm familiar with people's faces, that I just dropped that memory in there, and it's just so weird. It's a weird feeling for me. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like you've been believing something and you think that the I don't know. It's just a random example that there's a box that the inside of the box is like red, right? And you've been thinking it's red all your life, and then the box is now yellow, and you have a memory way back when they painted it red, but you know the box is yellow, and you're like, oh yeah, and especially when they paint it red, and you never look at the box, but then when you open it up, I don't know how to, I really don't know how to explain this. It's so weird. It's so weird. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, oh, if I know you're gonna be watching this, if this is why you canceled, well, whatever, touche to you, I guess. Oh, it's just so weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird. I remembered that scene with Cinder, and I just put it together with the fight with Pyrrha and Mercury, and then the axes, and then it was, I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird. But anyway, I've seen this episode. I'm sorry. I did not know it. I guess this is like a half blind reaction, I guess you could call it. I don't know what you would call it. But I've seen part of this episode. I started watching it. I was glimpsing like in the office, and then right after Winter got kicked out, I actually started paying attention to what was happening in the episode. And that's when I started asking about, that's not how you spell Ruby. What's Ruby? um, so so this is it. This is my starting. This is my official starting episode, and it's so weird. I completely forgot about it, but here it is. I was expecting that I saw it and I didn't remember, but hey, it's me. I should know better, right? So this is it. I started volume 3, chapter 3, near the end. So let's talk about it now. Now that my my excitement and this sensation I've never really experienced before is out of the way. Actually, no. I take that back. I have experienced this before, and in particular, like if I'm waiting in a hospital waiting center where they have a TV or some sort of other place where they have a TV, and I'm not quite paying attention to it. I'm just like, doing my own thing, talking to people, whatever the case, and I glance and I see something happening. And those things stay with me apparently. And then when I actually go see the movie and I'm watching the movie, during the movie, I'm thinking to myself, it seems really familiar. It seems really familiar. I think I've seen this before, but I don't know where. And then when that particular scene happens, I'm like, I remember. I've seen this part. It all makes sense. And yeah. Sorry. Another quick note that I think is really cool too. The movie Prometheus. Let me just talk about that really quick because that's also another experience that I think it's fun mentioning. The movie Prometheus. I never saw the trailer. I never saw anything for it. I just saw the poster, and then I went to the movie theater. And during the whole movie, not during the whole movie, like maybe 20 to 30 minutes into the movie, I started thinking to myself, hey, this seems really familiar. Like, oh man, that concept, that sounds really familiar. Hey, that technology, I've seen that before. Oh man, I've seen that before. Oh, I've seen that before. And then when the certain character that's artificial happens, I'm not going to try to spoil anything if you haven't seen it. Probably you have. It's a pretty old movie, but when the something happens to the character and white stuff is there, I'm like, wait a moment, that's totally from that other movie, Aliens. What the heck? These people are so unoriginal. And then the movie keeps on progressing, and then like right at the end when they start revealing everything, I'm like, oh, this is a precursor for Aliens. Oh, got it. So that's one of those similar moments where you're picking up on all these things, but you just can't quite connect them. And then in the end, it's like, hey, it's like, oh, okay. Sorry, I'm so blabbing right now. It's just I've never felt this. I guess excited, if you want to call it, but it's so funny. It's so funny and so fun for me at least. I don't know if I'm boring you, but I'm just telling you life stories as they come along. So let's review. Sorry about that. Clearly, the friction between Crow and Winter is real. It's real. They 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 don't get along. They have some sort of bad blood, bad history with each other, and it's there. It's serious business, and to the point where they fight each other. Now, with intention to kill, probably not, but at least beat somebody up and serious stuff. I love the interaction with Ruby when she clings on and she's like, "Hi." um, I love the interaction with Ruby and Crow. Winter and Weiss. Oh my goodness, the strictness and the level of discipline, I guess you can call it, in the Schnee family is it's through the roof. It's ridiculous. It's at a ridiculous state, out of control. And the fact that Weiss, it's like at one point it felt like there was like this silent understanding between Weiss and Winter. Um, when she hands down the information of classified, and then Weiss is like smiling, like okay, that makes sense. So that's good to see. It's like she was understanding. It's like I don't know. It's like they have this. It makes me feel. It honestly makes me feel that they have this front where how they behave with everybody in the world, and then but deep down inside, they care for one another. They're like they can connect because Y seems really attached and really affectionate with her sister. And I mean, we can go back to volume 1 and where it says that I've always wanted bunk beds as a child. Because she I'm guessing the level of admiration or infatuation with her sister is like so great that she always followed her sister and always looked up to her and always like admired her and maybe I'm gonna go on a limb here and I'm gonna say maybe idolized her at one point. Um, but it's there. She's like perfection that Weiss aspires to be, one way or another. And when she talks down and strict language and discipline towards Weiss, it's like she's totally cool with it because like she believes that deep down inside there's like a mutual understanding where they have affection for one another. And then when I'm gonna go inspect your room to make sure it's up to my standards, she's like, okay. And her mind is like, let's hang out. So I can't help but making the connection between Ruby and Weiss, that relationship. Yes. No. And then we do the same thing when we superimpose that between Weiss and Winter. Yes. No. It's so similar. It's like right there, but not to the same level. It's not exactly literal transposition, but it's very similar. It has very similar traits. She doesn't care about the sternness, the rudeness, or anything, and she does thing to try to meet up with her sister's expectations of her. Um, so there's that because when she asks how you've been, when she orders the androids to retreat, leave us one step backwards, march. That's it. How have you been? I've been good. And then she starts telling her about her accomplishments, which Winter didn't seem interested because it's not what she asked. So discipline comes first. Answer the question. Don't go off topic. Um, quiet, boob. Oh, so good. Such a good interaction and very interesting to develop these characters. I can't wait to see how they spend time together because I'm so certain it's going to be different than what they are like in public because it's like Wise knows she has to have this image to upkeep in public and she's okay with that. She's like smiling and happy the whole time. She's like talking down to her. So I can't wait. I want to see the layers inside the pineapple that is Winter, just like we've seen the layers inside the pineapple that was Weiss. I can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to that. Um, so we got that, and what else? What else? What else? The fight. They talk, and then ta 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 ta. Then Glenda and Ironwood come, and Penny shows up. Penny, greeting, salutation. Sorry, salutation. uh, so we got Penny and Ironwood and Ospin and Glinda break off the fight, and then they go in behind the quarters. And now we get to the serious business, to the darkness of this episode. Not really darkness, but serious. It's the serious business. And some really interesting things were said. So let's start between Crow and Winter. Crow doesn't want Winter in the meeting, and they dismiss her. Now, when they dismiss her, he gives her a little wink. Um, I'm not exactly sure how to interpret this. Part of me wants to believe that there's also this secret hidden understanding between Crow and Winter that he winks at her like an acknowledgement of good job. you did good, as in they totally bought it, or if it was just a wink as a way to get on her nerves and be like, see you later, take care. There's the door, bye, bye. You know, I'm not exactly sure I can pick up properly on that wink, but there was a wink, and it's either acknowledgement of you did good or acknowledgement of I just want to get on your nerves and I don't like you. Sincerity. Sincerity to annoy or acknowledgement of a good job. I'm not sure. Not yet. So, with that being said, they start talking. Crow starts delivering the report that the enemy is here, and everybody's like, yeah, we know. Oh, you know? Here's the send button. Why didn't you send me a message? And they all said, we thought you were compromised. Um, we had reason to believe you were compromised, and therefore we couldn't send you messages. And they talk about other things, and they start talking about fear. And then Crow starts mentioning that the things that she is doing are fear. Out there also. She mentions that it's also out there. I've seen the things that she's doing out there, I think it was. And that's fear. I'm not sure. Um so everybody and then they keep on talking and then everybody kind of like turns against James when Crow actually makes the point that Ozpin at one point also tried to convey to James when he said the annotate or the I guess the metaphor. No, not a metaphor. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Um, when he made the comparison between the flag bearer or the scout. You know, you send in your scouts or do you send in the flag bearer? You know, the entire the, the largest ship that you have with all your strength to be exposed. Um, so Crow kind of like made a re-emphasis on that and said, "Where's the discretion when you bring in the entire freaking army to the event?" And they talk about they talk about what having the army there represents for the people. If this is the defense, like Osmond said, then what are we defending against? Now, at this point, at this point, I am starting to become inclined that Cinder, while still a very serious threat, because now that she has access to James' scroll, and she apparently can manipulate the matches and the ranking within the tournament. At this point, Cinder is still a very serious threat. She really is, and but I can't help but feel that it's not she's she's not the one behind it all because Crow mentions that he's been out there and what she's making is fear, but yet Cinder has been in Beacon all this time. And while she does manipulate certain things and control certain things, she's not really technically out there. She's here. But then Raven, no, 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 the then Crow mentions that she, the enemy is here. So the enemy is here, but she's out there. And then she says, and then he says, sorry, and then he says that she is responsible for what happened to, I think it was Autumn. Now I don't know who Autumn is. I don't think I've heard it yet. Have I? I'm not sure. But that they're responsible, or that she's responsible to what happened to Autumn. But he was referring to the people that were inside. Oh man, I think I'm getting mixed up. Well, hold on. There's a she outside. There's an enemy within. The enemy that was within was the enemy that was, I don't know. I'm not sure. He mentioned something about someone called Autumn, responsible for what happened to Autumn. And I'm not certain if it was outside or inside. I can't quite remember. But enemies here. We know. Thank goodness. So, we've been compromised. And then oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I want to get this right. I don't want to. Crow. And then. Okay. It. No. He only mentioned she of the things that she's building that are fear that are out there, and he refers to, oh man, come on, it is, it is communication is a two-way thing. This is the send button. Use it. We had reason to believe you were compromised. Um, we have no reason to be here. Leave. We'll discuss it later. Oh, go on, and then okay, I'm getting it. Okay, go on. Your infiltrator is not just a pawn. She's the one responsible for Autumn's condition. Got it. Okay, I'm remembering. Okay, so so got it. Okay, I'm so clear on this right now. They're talking about Cinder. That's not a pawn. She's a big player. But yet, there's still even a bigger player out there because they talk about she's the one who's building fear out there, the things that she's doing. But Cinder, she's not a pawn. She's actually a big player. So this okay, I'm so clear on this right now. I'm clear. Ching! I got this. Um your little infiltrator is not a pawn. She's the one responsible for Autumn's condition, is what he said. And what he said is that, but I don't know who Autumn is. So apparently, somebody who's Autumn has been hurt or affected or traumatized or something by Cinder. So Cinder was responsible for something serious to a person called Autumn. Got it. We got that. Now, she's not a pawn. She's a big player, and that's why she's such a huge threat to whatever is happening in the event, in the tournament. So this is the information, the new information that we've been given up to this point, and what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And she's manipulating the roster for the fights, and she's mm, she's preparing something. She's preparing something because we still haven't seen it quite yet. She controls the information. She controls the stuff. By the way, I was talking about in the last one, the previous couple of ones maybe, that the androids, I wasn't certain if they were Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi network controlled or by signals. Apparently, they're voice command, which is interesting. Now, how far does this control system goes? I'm not sure yet, but apparently they're voice command because when she says "leave us," Winter, when she says "leave us," they take a step back, and that's plenty of space to be out of range. But um, and also if you think about it, when Crow was breaking the robots, it took a little bit for them to respond and kind of like turn around before he calls out to her. Now, I don't know if it was related to the sound or because the robots got destroyed and it sent the signal of broken, danger, and turn around for the threat. Let's see what's happening. Not sure. It might have been the sound because if they got destroyed and there was a warning signal, then they would have probably just responded aggressively and turn around shooting without taking time to anything. But then Winter tells them to halt, and they kind of like stayed still. So again, voice command. Not exactly sure. We're getting progress here. We're moving forward. Um, so that's that. Anyway, I'm diving too deep into this. So let's leave it here for now. It's been 50 minutes with the other thing combined. Um, but let's leave it here for now. Um, I wanna keep on watching. I still got some time. We could probably do maybe two more. So no guarantees though, but I'll try. I'll try. Today is RWBY Day, Saturday, for me at least. I got time. So all right, that's it. We'll leave it here for now. Oh wait, before we go, there were some comments that I kind of read that mentioned the fact that Nora was talking during the first episode. I picked up on it. I just didn't know how to expand on it. The fact that she mentions that Ren and her don't have parents, so I'm guessing that they're orphans and they don't have a home to go to. So it really does speak. Actually, I can develop this, and here we go. It really does speak on them as characters because it shows that they've been together because Nor has always been saying that they're childhood friends and that we've been together, but not together. You know, um, they've been together for a long time, so they've been growing up together and they've been there for each other between the hardships of whatever challenges they may have faced in growing up as orphan children. I'm guessing there was plenty, but we don't quite know the details of that yet, so I'm not exactly sure what it may be. Um, but I did I did hear what she said. I just part of me didn't remember it, and part of me didn't really put it as a priority for the other things. And my bad, apologize. But that's that. It's there, and yeah, let's leave it there for now. Let's try to make some more so you guys can have plenty to hold yourselves off until next time, which I really hope is going to be soon. I promise. No, not a promise. I hope. I really hope. So let's leave it there for now. So here we go. Thank you. Hold on. Okay. Thank you. I gotta put my mouse on the stop button so I can end it without having to edit the other last ending of it. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate all your support, and to all my Patreon people, thank you. I really mean it. Thank you, and I will continue to thank you personally in all my videos. So thank you. Until next time, take care and bye bye. ふわふわふわふわふわふわりくるくるくるくるくるくる回るのふわふわふよふよふわふわりうるるくるくるふわふわ飛び出したの